Hey guys, what's up? Bargman Hobo. Where the heck have I been, right? Well, I've been really busy with school. In fact, we are really right at the end of it. So what's going on is that they're only through the semester. The 15th is when I get out of school. And so there's a couple of things I'd like to say in light of recent events. The first thing I'd like to say, I'm going to skip that. I'd like to say first that the voting for my poll for the summer series is still going on, but only 5 days left to vote. Hold on a sec.
He planted you in the dirt, Rama.
You stood in front of the sun. I couldn't see.
Matthias used a valid strategy. It defeated you, didn't it?
I suppose. But it's the very first time. You'll have to do better to pass your test today, Matthias.
Don't worry about me. I've had all the training I can stomach. I want to get out there in the real world. And this test won't get in my way.
Don't be so sure. You must be alert at all times to be an assassin. If you lose concentration, even for a second, it will get you killed.
All right. You've made your point.
Now the king wants to see you when you finish your preparations. Keep practicing, and meet us at the top of the village when you're ready.
Let's go, Jessup.
Alright. So, like I said, voting ends in about 5 days. The 30th is the final day to vote, and May 1st, well, on May... Okay, I'm not going to say I'll actually start the Let's Play on May 1st. I'd love to. I'd like to at least get the first video out. But with what's going on right now, that is a promise I cannot make. Well, I might make, even if I could make it, I don't know if I'd be able to keep it. And this stupid pot. Give me that. So, Scorpion King, Rise of the Acadian. Based on the early 2000s film, was about, okay, so it was starring Dwayne Johnson, or The Rock as he was known back then. And it, I think, okay, so I'm pretty sure it was released after The Mummy Returns, because they had a Scorpion King in that. I don't know the exact... Well, anyway. I've owned this game for a really long time. This could have been a contender for the summer series. What's this? Okay. Block with the L1 button. Can only use blocking attack right now. So, one thing I will give this tutorial credit for is that... it is pretty thorough. It's a little long. It does take a while for it to finish up. But it accomplishes what it needs to. It's a little bit annoying to not be able to do the not be able to being locked out of certain moves during whatever. It's a little annoying, but not the end of the world. Anyway, so the movie came out, I want to say early 2000s. I was like in grade school when this came. Second grade, I think, even. So, yeah, this movie is very old, almost 20 years old. Actually, it's just crazy. And I will say, you know, The Rock is actually a pretty awesome actor. I do enjoy his movies. He's not my favorite of all time, but he is certainly up there. Okay. Let's do the ground. I have to beat this guy only using ground stomps. Let's get this blood ruby here first. I'm not sure what... Oh, yeah. There's a crack. So, I never actually beat this game, like I said. I've had it for a really long time. At one point, I think I grab attack. And I... Alright, I'm just gonna stun lock this guy to death. I've owned it for a long time. Never beat it. I got to the final boss, but just couldn't beat him. But I haven't reached that in so long. I think I was cheating. Up to that point, that was kind of affecting it. So I think if I ever do beat this game, I plan to. But if I ever do beat this game, it's gonna be legit. Play it legit. Beat it legit. It's a beat 'em up, as you can tell. And it got pretty poor reception, but I kind of enjoy it. Is it the greatest ever? Not by a long shot, but it's not completely terrible. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So like I mentioned, okay, this is where I have to pick stuff up and throw stuff at him. I'm gonna run away because that's what you do sometimes. Well, I don't know if that's what you do, but in this particular situation, it seems appropriate for me to do it. Hey, ow, missed him. Missed him. Oh, then I wasn't even looking at him. I don't know how I expected to hit him that time. Okay. At least the pots respawn. Hey, oh, camera. Thank you. Hey, buddy. I ain't gonna bite you. No, I won't bite. I'll just throw pots at you. Oh, blood ruby. There's a lot of blood rubies. A lot of them are actually pretty well hidden. And anyway, so summer series. But there'll be another event on top of that taking place in the summer. I just decided this today. Now, what event is that? I will not say at this particular point. Just know that this event has been on the back burner for a while. Almost as long as I've even been doing YouTube. I can't give again, I can't give the details yet. But it's a summer event. I can't quite explain, like I said, but anyway, just know this has been a long time coming. I'm excited to finally get to it. I really don't know why I keep expecting to hit him. I'm not even looking at him. Okay. So, the second thing I'd like to point out, the top 3 beat-em-ups video, or top 10 beat-em-ups video, has been delayed for the time. Okay, the thing about that, no, I don't want to do it again, is because I've been, okay, when I got that new gaming computer and that new desk, the new desk I got to go with the computer didn't accommodate the camera as well as the last one did. And the monitor I have does not have a webcam built in, and I don't have a USB one laying around. And what I was doing in the meantime was basically pushing my keyboard back, excuse me, and then I was putting a shoebox down, and then a, what's this, special attack. So there's a shoebox, shoebox, and then specifically a Superman trick-or-treat bucket, and then a tripod with my camera on top of it. So, with that in mind, and I don't want to fight you again, I was using a Superman trick-or-treat bucket, and then, so, I mean, on topic. That was really, it got the job done for the time, but now it's just gotten really clumsy. I'm kind of tired of having to do it. It just is not very intuitive. Honestly, I'm a little sick of doing it now, so I've abandoned it. I have abandoned that, and I have ordered a new webcam. It is not here at the moment, but once that webcam arrives, then I can get back on that video. But the footage is captured for the event. Oh, sorry, cell phone went off. Okay, it's just an email. You learn. I'm gonna have to kill all the other guys now. So I am getting a webcam in the next little bit. I see that guy flying. Seems appropriate for the Rock to send people flying, though, given what he did before he was doing movies. He was, for those who don't know, Dwayne Johnson used to be called The Rock, and he was a big WWE star. Change again. Sure, we'll do time to combat. Ow. This is definitely, the special attack is definitely good when he gets surrounded. This really isn't that hard. That guy's dead. Hit the other guys. Yeah, so the beat 'em ups video is not canceled. Like I said, it's just delayed until I can get the webcam, at which point it will be back on track. I can finally get it done, and then I can do the other video planned for May, which is a actual review. And somewhere in there, I'll also be working on this big project I have, like I said, I have planned for a really long time, and I'm immensely excited. I already did that. I'm immensely excited to finally be able to do it. So, yeah. But anyway, enough of that. School has been killing me in this, as has this, you know, COVID-19 thing. I hope everyone watching this is safe and comfortable, and that everyone has been able to, for the most part, stay sane. But I don't think I would be able to judge you too harshly if you were having trouble with that. Alright, I'm missing blood rupees or whatever.
So, Matthias, you think you're ready to take on the test?
Whatever the king wants, I'm up to the challenge.
Oh, not so fast. Beat both of us, then you'll be fit to see the king.
So be it.
So yeah, this tutorial, will give it credit that it actually is, I mean, it's not the greatest tutorial ever, but it has good ideas. And how you basically learn things one at a time, and then you have to use everything you've learned to defeat a bunch of enemies and then 2 bosses. Yeah, I remember when I first played this, I actually died on these guys a bunch, and then my brother stepped in and had to do the boss for me. Alright, Jessup, you had a good ow. That was rude. Ow, Rama. Put the stick down! Okay, Jessup's dead. Give me some health, good. And probably won't get to this during the playtime. May get 1 weapon made, but there's 4 types of weapons you can find. So you already seen, of course, yeah, you can fight with your bare fists. But there's also sword. There's short swords, or long swords, whichever, that have better range and are good for attacking multiple enemies at once. There's broadswords, which are kind of slow, but they're really powerful, and they can take on a bunch of guys at once. Really, really powerful. And lastly, there's the staff, which is not powerful, but it is also a really good weapon for when you're surrounded. This is actually pretty, and it is possible. It's actually.
Matthias, the king awaits you inside.
Okay, well, shut up now.
King Ermet, I come to begin my test.
Rise, Matthias. You have worked hard for this day. Now I lay my task before you.
I am ready, my king.
To the south of here lies the market town of Kemet. 3 days ago, the lord of the town foully murdered one of the palace concubines. Fearing for their lives, the girl's sisters have asked for the help of the Acadians. I send you, Matthias. You will enter Kemet by night. Once inside, you will make your way into the palace and find the Lord in his bedchambers. There you will dispense justice.
I understand, King Ermet.
Live free, Matthias.
Die well, my king.
So, yes, that is the plot we have to go through. I was gonna say brilliant, I can't remember what it was now. But yeah, to recap what I was saying earlier, I will be doing the Let's Play. The voting ends on the 30th. Well, the 30th is the last day to vote. The May 1st is the last. When it ends, I will shut the poll down. And for a while we had a tie, but now we have now a winner. Just say we do have something is finally in the lead. Is all I'm gonna say. We do 14 enemies. Wow. Some of these rooms have a crazy amount of enemies. See, this game I think was poorly received, and part of it is just really repetitive. And you're just killing dudes. You go into a room, kill the dudes. Go in the next room, kill all the dudes. Go in the next room, kill the dudes, and occasionally you'll fight a boss in there somewhere. But a lot of people, like, this game wasn't very well liked. And I can kind of see why, but I personally enjoy it. I remember one day being sick. In like grade school, I was really sick, and I was playing this game a ton. I actually got to a point in this level that I could never get past. Until years later, I was at a Boy Scout event, and I brought this game, and I finally beat it, and then stupidly gave the game away soon thereafter. Kill you. Kill you. Kill you. Ow. So, there's multiple enemies types that we've seen these generic grunt guys all over the place, but later we'll introduce dogs, large enemies, and more as the game goes on. But these guys, the dogs, and the big enemies cover the gambit of what we will be seeing in this level, which I can already tell we're not going to finish this level. I know how much further we're going to go. I don't know if I'm going to bother to make the next save point at this point, because I have another file. I really hadn't made a Let's Play in a while, and I really wanted to kind of make one to kind of just let you guys know what's going on, and that I haven't forgotten about you, I haven't forgotten about YouTube, but I'm just so busy with school right now that I kind of have to step away for a bit. But, excuse me, May 15th is my last day of class, at which point we can start some fun stuff. If you guys can just hold out with me, hold out for me just a little longer. Now I think in here is something really cool. Ooh, yes. This is an endurance power-up. Then here's a blood rupee, but those are just for an extra. So in this game, hidden in cracks. Oh yeah, so remember I was gonna say earlier, but we'll get to that in a sec. Hidden in this game, in cracks in the walls and floors, there are endurance and strength power-ups. Several hidden throughout the game. If you miss them, there's at certain points you can only go so far before you can't backtrack anymore. You miss them, they're gone, and they're really helpful. So the strength increases. Okay, there's strength, increases the damage you do, and the endurance decreases the damage that you take. So definitely you will want to be finding as many as you can. But as I was saying earlier before I forgot, the weapons. They're in treasure chests. They're not pointed out to you, however. You can miss them. So like I said, there's the bare fists, which you're probably sick of seeing by now, but what can you do? We don't have another weapon. The sword, the short sword, the broadsword, and then the staff. And each of them, there are changes assigned to the D-pad, and each of them are good for different things. I'm not even going to bother saving. Just break the rest of the pots. Alright, okay. Well, in any case, I think we'll go a little more, maybe one or two more rooms, and I think I've gotten the point across.
Yes! My win!
And that guy has a sword.
Hey, you!
They're observant guards. And they did notice me eventually, I guess I can't give them. Okay. So you notice, like I said, this guy has a sword, and we don't. We're not completely screwed, of course. We're an assassin. Just because someone has a weapon doesn't mean we're automatically gonna die. I might, though. I haven't yet. Okay. Oh, it gave me some health. He knocked me over, and then I got some health. Okay. These torches can be knocked over like that. And if you touch the fire, you are on fire for a little bit, which you might imagine drains your health. Because quite frankly, I can't speak from experience. I'm pretty sure being on fire is not. It just doesn't feel very good. Kill. Kill. Yeah, don't bring a sword to a fist fight, guys. There's another strength power up. You gotta really keep it. Now, fortunately, you can backtrack. Like, I could go back to that last room if I wanted to. But after a certain number of rooms, it kind of just depends. Eventually, you'll reach a point where you can no longer backtrack. So you really, really want to check every nook and cranny of every level, because those strength endurance power-ups and those weapons can be missed, and then you can never get them again. You won't be able to get them. So it's definitely in your best interest to be thorough. Well, I think one more room, and then I think I'm going to call it. Alright, so one more time recap. Big guy. Summer Series poll is nearly... We are... May 1st is when the poll ends. So the April 30th is the very last day to vote. If you haven't voted and you still want to, follow the link in the description. And I will... Oh, only 2 enemies, huh? Maybe one more room. But follow the link in the description and vote. And on May 1st, the poll will close. And we will do what we gotta do. Then I'll start... I cannot promise I will start... I can't promise I will do the first episode of the Summer Series on May 1st. Can't promise. I will do what I can when I can, but not until then. The second thing is that I am going to be starting a... Ooh, more guys. I'm going to be starting a... a big project. This particular project has been on the back burner for quite some time. Supposed to do this. So one of these. Not that one. So one. Blood ruby. So one of the... Here we go. That should have crushed me. Or at least caused a little bit of damage, but so it goes. Actually, I'm kind of glad I didn't. That would have been a little cheap. And also, I forgot to mention, archers. They're really cheap because they just run away. They shoot at you and then run away from you. And they can be really hard to deal with if they manage to get away. They can cause a lot of damage unless you can take them down quickly. They're really irritating to deal with. But so it goes. Now, what's down here? Oh, more guys. Also, keep the summer, or the top 10 beat 'em ups round 3 has been delayed due to not having a good system for the camera. But a webcam is in the mail, so hopefully it will arrive soon. And then, whenever I can, I'll get to the video. I feel like there's one more thing I wanted to mention and just forgot.
I wonder if I'll find a more worthy opponent around here.
I wouldn't bet the farm on that, Matthias. Alright, just bring up the pots real quick. I don't really need the health, but it's good to have. Okay. Last room, and then after this will be the last room, and then I gotta go back and get back on my homework. So, big event coming up this summer. Again, I cannot give details just yet. And, May 15th is the last day of school. At which point I will be able to post with some amount of regularity, maybe. And I might even get back into streaming, we'll see. It depends on circumstance. Don't get your hopes up too high, though, just in case. Okay, jump across here. It doesn't really matter to get the blood rubies. I'm really not trying to get them all this time. Usually in other playthroughs I try to get them all, but this time I'm just going to ignore. Alright, how many enemies in here? I think this one also introduces the dog. Dog enemies are really annoying to have to fight. Yep, there it is. There's a dog. Dogs are really annoying to have to fight. I mean, that one is... Okay, they're really fast. And especially if you're dealing with more than one at a time, it can be a real pain in the butt to deal with. And also, guys, I know I said this at the beginning, but I really hope everyone's doing good and that you're staying safe, healthy, and at least somewhat sane. Just remember that Corona is like a season. It had a start, it will have an end. Eventually, our lives will return to what they used to be. Won't see people walking around in masks everywhere. You'll be able to buy toilet paper with some level of reliability. Blah blah blah. In the meantime, let's just try and hang in there. Okay. You know what? There's 2 enemies left in that other room, but I really don't feel like going right now. I think I've made my point. In one last time, poll ends May 1st, link in description. School gets out May 15th, and maybe sometime before that, maybe I can start the summer series. Also keep eyes out for a big project. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Hobo out.